Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ye out there listening, or not, it's another installment, Betwixt wine and thought, except truly there's really no wine. I'm actually having some coffee right now, and I am sober. Aha. All the other ones, it was high. So I'm going to actually do this one. That's fine. It's always good to not be overly reliant on substances to get work done. It's usually more for a change of pace, but nonetheless, it's the holidays, and I wanted to talk about Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, indirectly, more or less this time of year. Um, and like last episode, I'll probably start off with a poem. This one is from Edgar Allan Poe, and you may be wondering why a poem to stand out, perhaps. Something poetry is really good at capturing the human condition and the human existence in a lot of ways. Actually, yeah, cinema too. Cinema is really good, as well as capturing these essences almost. Um, this one, it's called A Lake to Blank. So I think this one is entitled for anyone. I don't exactly know why, but it's a good one. Edgar Allan Poe, base as fuck, crazy motherfucker, alcoholic. But my God, he wrote some damn good shit. This one I like. It kind of captures the mood, how I feel during this time and place. The lake. In spring of youth, it was my lot to hunt of the wide world a spot, the which I could not love the less. So lovely was the loneliness of a wild lake with black rock abound, and the tall pines that towered around. And when the night had thrown her pale upon that spot as upon all, and the mystic wind went by, murmuring in melody, then, ah, then I would awake to the terror of that lone lake. Yet that terror was never fright, but a tumultuous delight, a feeling not that jeweled mind could teach or bribe me to define, nor love, although the love were thine, that was in that poisonous wave, and in its gulf a fitting grave for him who thence could solace bring to his lone imagining, whose solitary soul could make an Eden of that dim lake. That was a poem. I like it. This the lake. But right, it's cold. It's snowing outside and lack of sunlight. And usually this time of year, I love seeing the family. It's always good to see them. But in truth, in earnest, part of me, it's when I show up, I like seeing them and the kids. But I have no one to bring along. I have no partner. I have no one to make a braided rope, as it seems. Usually, and this is part of me this time of year, kind of really all that bubbles up to the surface. Being an immigrant, there's nothing, there's no more surefire way to disappoint your family, ideally your parents, than not actually having anyone to bring home to the day. Like this, this is the person I found. This is her. She is a lovely lady. Um, I'm getting to know her better, and we got to a point where I wanted to bring her over for the holidays. You know, there's something really pleasant about that, sweet, picturesque, and truly it's a good move. Like, what else are you gonna do? I mean, coming by yourself, it's like, yeah, it's another day, isn't it? It just gets very tiresome, replaying the same thing over and over again. The monotony of it all. It's always good to be able to break up the pace, throw a wrench in the system, and not to say that getting a relationship, settling down. A lot of people are like, why would you want to do that? Is the whole point. Because I don't know, some people have this bizarre fixation, maybe with the bachelor lifestyle. Maybe, or maybe it's kind of changing. I've been alone for a very long time, and I got a lot of value out of it for sure. But at the same time, everything must die. Truly, you can't. What am I gonna do by myself? Just repeating the same thing ad nauseum until my heart stops, until I close my eyes and I no longer see the light, the morning light. Is that is that the goal? No, I don't. It does that doesn't feel right. It's something nice about waking up to someone in the morning, and it's like, yeah, you know what? This is nice. I'm gonna make you a coffee. I'm gonna do things for you because I'm no longer responsible for myself. Thing about it's easy to be responsible for yourself, even though most people absolutely fuck that up. They don't have any. I'm not sure how to describe it, but they seem not to have any patience or insight, reflection. They tend not to fix things because it is not as popular in the mainstream, in the zeitgeist, what they see and they hear. And the invisible hands. That's maybe you're just born to certain people, they never teach you certain things, or you're just not that bright. You know, some people just get a shitty hand, and they have really it's all outside their power. Like, I want to change, I do. I want to be better, but it's not in them. Not for the foreseeable future. Usually takes a shakeup of sorts. You can't rely on your. Most people they lack the grit and determination to actually. This kind of goes for me. We are really entropy is a motherfucker. It always takes everything down to a baseline level. The what is the thing? The base energy state. Is this like a chemistry thing? Quantum mechanical thing, probably. The baseline energy state, where the matter seems to be most stable. The electrons are kind of paired off. They're no longer kind of radiating, whatever. I think this is the general gist of it all. When you kind of go home from your day of work, and by the way, got some decaf, by the way, because it's late, and I love coffee, but I don't like the caffeine. I must confess, one of my weaknesses is I like to work. I like to be busy. Another thing with the holidays, I had like 4 days off. The weather got bad. They canceled work for 2 days. And then I had this weekend off, and it was the holidays as well. So 4 days off. Like, ooh, 4 days off. Benefit, recovery. That's always nice. But at the same time, I'm here. I'm like, man, I like being busy. I don't like being left to my own devices sometimes because this new apartment I have, it's a dump. But also, they have internet here, and I fucking hate it because it's so easy. Like, oh, just turn on the TV and watch some tube. What are these? What are these people? Ooh, speed runs. Ooh, people tier list analysis. Um, People talking about scientific papers, ideas. YouTube is a dangerous place for me because there's so many novel ideas out there. Like, ooh, this is interesting. And it's fun learning new things. Like, ooh, never thought of it like that. Ooh, geography is a very powerful thing. I had no idea how important straits were. Of course, it makes sense when you look at it, but it's one of those things. The flashlight of perception wasn't there, but you showed me, and now I'm like, ooh, amazing. But it gets boring, and it's like, sometimes I just wanna. I like routines, stable routines. And what's another thing about like a relationship? There's routines fall, but you can be there's a chance to make something out of it, and especially the other person, depending on the person is, it can be really exciting. Because I suck at it, I'm horrible, and trying to understand the person and adapt to them and them to you, and you have to be able to adapt. There's one of these things. Sometimes you gotta pick your battles, and for some like, oh, I once saw this fucking thing, petty reasons to. By the way, Snapchat, Instagram, all these fucking social media things, and the ads and the reels and the sponsored things, it's all a blight. It's a cancer. When I was my last place, it was lovely. There was no I didn't have internet. I had the option to have internet. I didn't want it though. I didn't have internet, and I was there for 6 months. No internet. And I was able to just do things. I wrote a lot. I sang a lot. More creative. I didn't have to like it's because it's all I had to do. There was no novel escape of information, and there's and that was summertime too, and this is winter, so I don't know how it been in wintertime, but my God, was it nice. I gotta I gotta chase that sun again. That was the great noon came to me then, and as the sun rose high in the zenith, so did my soul, my spirit overflow, vibrant. And so, in the full zenith of my soul, I attracted someone, lovely lady, beautiful lady, soul lover, and that she disrupted it all, and I disrupted it all. It was a two-way street. I let him, and I was like, okay, she had internet, um, but there's the artistic quality of it all. It's true, it's like so nice. And now, here I am, reset. Um, yeah, just looking out the window and all the cold is fine itself. It's just, man, it's a very pensive time of year. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, it didn't pan out. By the way, shocker for many reasons, which I will not go into at the moment. Maybe another time. She knows who she is, and I love you crazy bitch. But yeah, this is like Christmas. And by the way, people just trash Thanksgiving. The disrespect for Thanksgiving is unreal. We just like brush over. It's like beginning of November, festive, like, ooh, Christmas, trees. Motherfucker, it's November. We barely got over Halloween. You're just glossing it. Who cares if it was a genocide? Who gives a fuck? It's a trick. You thanks. You're giving thanks for something. That's up to the family. Look, at least we're here having dinner together. At the bare minimum, that's nice. Family. Be it your immediate family or maybe your close friends, maybe you're adopted, I don't know. But you gotta find a community, a group of people that accept you. What is this? Well, what's the thing? It's the less of you. What is something? The less of it you have, the more valuable it is. It was like friendship. whatever that fucking thing is. It's true. Friends and family. Mm. Man, it's coffee. That's really nice. And find that wherever it may be. Partly where I'm at, it's not like I grew up here, but it's also in this stage of my life. It's I need a mix up. I just need a metaphorical wrench in my life, and the stress, the uncertainty, the anxiety, the confusion, mired. You're in the maelstrom, the tempest, gale winds all about, water, vicious thunder, and lightning. You can't find we can't even see your own hands in this mess, but it's so nice. It's so nice. Because when you finally find calm land and passive winds, ooh, this is tranquility. This is peace. This is nice. And you can reflect upon that tumultuous time in life where you're all over the place mentally and spiritually. Physically, physically it's usually, whatever, I'm fine physically. Sometimes there was a point in my life where even physically I was all up in the air. But it's usually two of the three, mentally, spiritually, and physically. It tends to be two of the three that kind of gets fucked. It's rarely ever all three that kind of fall apart on me at the same time, but nonetheless, it's nice. It's nice not to know what's going on. It's nice to be confused, to be worried. For me, anyway. Is sustainable? It's not sustainable long term, of course. It's a sporadic thing. It's interjected, but I think it's an honest answer. And what's that? Is the Red Hot Chili Pepper song. I forgot what fuck I tear it down, I'm bold again. How long? Fuck, I can't. This is a song, but this is tear it down, I'm born again, and it rings true. These cyclical nature of it all. You got to climb to the mountaintop, only to cast yourself over the precipice yet again and descend to the valley, down to the mire and the muck. It's as so thus spoke Zarathustra, this constant overcoming of yourself. Once you overcome something, there's something else to be overcome, and so on and so forth. And that's nice. That's a Sisyphean task I don't mind too much. This existence right now for me, it's truly a lukewarm endeavor. Like, ooh, I make enough money to sustain myself indefinitely. Um, well, in a vacuum, if everything continues, inflation and things like that, increasing rates, then there needs to be a change. Unless my current career path, the one I'm doing right now, also accommodates as well to maintain that. If it does, then yes, I sustain myself indefinitely until the bitter end. But oh my god, does that sound horrific? Does anyone do people actually like that? Like, is that the whole point of retiring? Now I just get the fuck off, enjoy my golden years. Is this what they? I don't get it. It's not for me. This is ghoulish. For all intents and purposes, I am eating a corpse right now. It's not a real corpse, but I'm eating my spirit. And in these environments, my spirit kind of behaves like a corpse. Unfortunately, it's just lukewarm. There's no excitement. There's no overflowing joy. There's no beauty. None of that. There's no terror. It's like, it's college kids living here. It's fucked. And and this is the holidays for me. And the New Year's comes along. People, the New Year's resolution. You know, this year I'm gonna fucking work out, as they say. I'm gonna go to the gym, and I love it because I gotta finish this, man. It's getting cool. I like it because I go to the gym and I see a lot of new faces. I hope they stay. Truly, it's not like, oh, I'm fucking all these New Year's resolutioners, man. They're fucking coming in here and they're taking up the shit, man. They're not good beers, so no, I don't fuck off. God bless. I like when new people come. It's refreshing. It's like, ooh, they're new. I wish them the best on their journey of fitness, and I really hope that I may engage in a conversation. I'd be happy to. Because one of those things, it's people get it. I want to start working out to get healthy, but then you start going to the gym, and then you realize that fitness culture is pure AIDS. It's also cancer. There's a lot of I like staying active. I like pushing myself, as did others. Um, you only have one body. Treat your body right; it'll treat you well down the road. You want to be. I want to be active, vibrant, healthy, all the way up to my senior years, whatever. I don't know how long I'll live. 60s, 70s. I don't fucking know. Maybe I get hit by a car tomorrow. Doesn't matter. So the good Lord has wished. Excluding the accidents, the tragedies that may befall a person on the course of their life. Excluding all of that, if I make it to my 70s or even 80s, um, I just, the second my health starts declining, that's when I start checking out. Truly. But yeah, and new people. There's also, yeah, like, I get it. But it's also the fact that you're like, this is the day. And for some people, they need it. For me, it's like, just start now. Um, and like, for my thing, is like, well, if you want someone there, you got to go out and find them. Correct. You do have to go out and find them. You got to put yourself out there, as they say. Even though when people say, you got to put yourself out there, man, it's like, that doesn't answer anything. Is this a statement that you made without any clear instructions or guidelines, codes of behavior on my end that can actually help facilitate putting myself out there? If you're following me, like, put yourself out there. Do I go in the streets and talk to the random people I see walking by? Do I go to clubs? Do I go to bars? Do I volunteer? Do I go to the food bank? What does it mean to put yourself out there? And then people usually, they don't, it's never clarified. It's never elaborated upon. It's people love these catch-all phrases. So, fucking put yourself out there. Plenty of fish in the sea. The one that got away, or all is whatever. It's like, there's truth to it. Mm. Pour over, by the way. I love me some fucking coffee. Is so goddamn good. It's for the taste, for the making it, and this is, as I grow older, I realize it's the value of tradition. Coffee, making coffee and enjoying coffee, which I deal with other people, in this case by myself, but you're maintaining the thread of history. From when coffee was discovered up in this point, people have been making coffee in all manners, been exported all around the world. Empires came, they fall, and coffee was still around. It's big into my culture. I love it. But yes, these, they never elaborate on anything. And there's also, especially when it comes to This isn't going to be all about, you know, this is just for me at the current time. That this time of year always makes me reflective on this. That I failed myself yet again, and I don't have a woman to marry, to make my own, to have a, and truly I'm kind of, honestly, I'm a bit scared. I'm scared of being cheated on. Not because, well, it hurts, but also I don't understand it. I understand it on one level. The person was not fully satisfied in the relationship, and they needed validation. Either there's many a reason people cheat. For me, it's like the ideal, the beauty, the art, the orientation of the higher good. It always falls short, and I am mired in this world, in this life, deeply flawed. And that's the thing I don't understand. Um, I love love. I love beauty, and I would like to create beauty with someone else. But also, part of me is hesitant. It's like, man, I want to do this, but like, oh man, they cheat. Or me, if I like this, it's like, man, what is this? Humans. We're just a copy of a copy. Is that truly it? And that's one of the things, I'm apprehensive about it as well. That doesn't feel good. And don't cheat, by the way. If you're unhappy, one could communicate. Why are you unhappy? Know why you're unhappy. If you're like, oh yeah, I'm like, we're 20, we got married in our like late teens, early 20s, and it's like, then the FOMO kicks in. I was like 23. It's like, oh man, I don't know. I only been with this person. How does other dick? How is other dick? How's other pussy? I need to know. And you throw it all away for this. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, and maybe the decision was right, or maybe it was bad. I don't know. But I feel there's something beautiful about just like high school sweetheart and getting married and doing that. I like that. It's really nice. It makes a good gift card. Yeah, the honest and human components, like, yeah, I just wanted to know how other pussies taste like. Very similar, I'd imagine. Um, it's, for my best understanding, it's not, there doesn't seem to be a huge variation. You know, some dicks are bigger, some dicks are longer, some are thicker, some are skinnier, some last longer, some don't. Some people are good at fucking, some people aren't. Some people have dumb dicks, but they have a great mouth and great fingers. And all of these, they can all be presented in whatever configuration, a unique configuration. I gotta know. I gotta know. How big's your dick, sir? Do you fuck good, sir? Can you fuck me good? This is how ladies, I think. I, God, no. I hope not. Well, a little bit, probably. I don't know. But for me, it's like, yeah. Part of my dick is like, yeah, I'd be, ooh. I wouldn't mind being all up in that puss, or in her mouth, or in her butt, or her hands all around me. Dick. I get it. There's these the dick really truly does just remind me of the shortcomings of humanity, but also the beautiful components of it as well. Because on one hand, the dick with mind would, for a certain people, I will kill. You know, there's a high level of possessiveness. And some will say that's not good. You can't be possessive. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you dog. You ugly, disgusting person. there's something nice about, hey, you're mine now, and I'm yours, and I will kill for you, as you should, as you should. That's beautiful. We're a braided rope, and if someone comes in here as a man, whatever this even means, I feel like yes, I I'm trying to cultivate a garden here, and this scoundrel, this highwayman, of all things, this deceiver, this crook, this criminal, this usurper of hopes and dreams, he wishes to come and defile my garden? Man, you're dead. I will beat you with a rock, metaphorically. Or not, if I do have a rock, and that's I will beat your head in with a rock if needed. If needed, if the circumstances align, yes, it's it all depends. Um, that's an honest thing, you know. Like I don't know. I was like, oh, is that a? Actually, some of be like, some of the stuff, oh, that's a call to action. Shut the fuck up. Some of this shit, people need to relax. There's this, people only take responsibility for their fucking lives, me included. And just kind of bring it all back. Um, put yourself out there. Yes, more information, but at the same time, the environment is a huge factor. I don't really, I don't really know how much level of disclosure of locate. I kind of like privacy to a certain extent. Um, if I'm found, if I'm whatever, but my current living situations, this is a college town, and I'm 30, almost 31. It's the proportions are not good. It's very what people look for is, and around here, what people look for. It's in Iowa, by the way. They work for John Deere. And if you don't know what John Deere is, they make tractors for farming and other things. Huge employer in the area, massive employer. And it kind of comes down to some of the evolutionary psychology, the status of an individual. And the status depends on your environment and the status hierarchy, I suppose, as Jordan the Crabman Peterson would say. And around here, it seems like, you got to work for, John Deere. You got to wear your North Face jackets, your Carhartt hats. You got to have some health insurance. You got to have a Ford F-150 pickup truck. Some facial hair. You got to ideally do some construction on the side. Um, these are the kind of the things that people kind of look after or chase for as a marker of success or status in this area. And boy, oh boy, I ain't got none of that. I stand on my hands. I juggle. I like to sing. I like the arts. I like to think. However clearly or unclearly my thoughts may be, I don't know. It's fun. I like these things. I work with my hands. I do massage there. I'm a massage therapist. In the midst of a career change, I'm getting out of it. It's hard on the body. But these things like, ugh. For so I could just see the disgust on people's faces. I told them this, like, ugh, and I'm short, and I'm a bit crazy. You don't like football? You don't work at John Deere? Ugh, you're disgusting, sir. And this is a fact too. So, this is what. This is the thing about information. And another thing, this is the whole internet thing. This is the beautiful thing about not having internet is data can corrupt, information can corrupt. And I think that's kind of the tree of knowledge that when Adam and Eve ate from the fucking tree, they cause discrepancy, contrast. Some would say, I'm not a biblical historian, I'm not a theologian, but it kind of seems that you kind of gain this knowledge about the world, and it shifts everything. Because when I was living in the place with no internet, I didn't have internet. I was blissfully unaware of this dating red pill community, and it's like, oh, but you're not fucking, you gotta be black pilled now. Ugh. You know, when people keep, and you got these losers, by the way. There's so many of these losers out there who have a lot of views on their videos, and their videos are nothing more than like they take a clip from a established podcaster like Huberman or Jordan Peterson, and it's like how to get women, or this is what women find, millennial tips, or successful pride entrepreneur channel. You know, I, I see these things and I'm like, first of all, you're a fucking faggot. You fucking loser. You're taking clips and you're changing the things like, this is how you fucking do it. There's no originality on your part. You're just taking clips from other people. Like, go fuck yourself. Disgusting. And this is, and reduces everything to a all right, is everything quantifiable? I don't think it is, but people love, and it's easy. And this is why I think people don't like. This is why I love poetry and art, especially good art. When there's no direct answer, there's no direct. This is what I think. These are the numbers. These are the metrics. It's all when you use fragrant words, lofty ideas, flows, pictures, textures of feeling. When you're trying to capture these things, they ring truer to me because the human condition is it's absurd. It makes no sense. People hate that. We love to make sense of the world. We need the ones and the zeros. Well, this is what they like. Do you not have a Ferrari? Of course you're not going to get any puss if you don't have a Ferrari. Get yourself a suit. You gotta get yourself some nice watches. Ooh. You gotta then what you do, you find some whores and you pay them money and they go out with you. So that other women like, wow, women like this guy. That means I have to like him too. Which, by the way, that's like one of the worst things about being a woman. I think. Like, fuck. Because for me, it's like, there's a chick. All the guys want that chick. I would not want that chick as much because I don't have it. I don't have it in me. I'm not. I guess I'm not confident enough. This is just like I don't want the hassle for because it's like oh, it's just dudes with dicks in their hands. Like, hey, oh, you want to hang out? like I get it. A few times I've been on dates, like the male server comes up and like, dude, I know what you do. What are you doing? Get your dick out of your hand. Like, so obvious. It's so obvious. Like they just beamline for the woman. They don't. Oh yeah, it's like wow. This is no respect for even for the appearance of it all. Yeah, I'm married. You're married? Well, fuck him. Why don't you suck my dick? That's kind of what it is. Like, yeah, I've been like talking to this guy. I'm kind of getting to know him better. Don't you want to hang out and suck my dick? Because that's really all it is. Like, oh, okay, that's good. All right, that's awesome. You know, because it isn't a lose win or win lose. It's a win win. Um, when a lady is like, oh yeah, that's you're in a relationship. Well, of course you are. I'm glad you are. Because for me, I'm aware of like, well, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and it's more important for you to find someone you can vibe with or get along with well enough. Because I, for other people, I wish find someone, make something beautiful out of this goddamn world. You know, when we have these fucking vultures circling around, just trying to take a bite of carrion, it's like, ugh. Have you no dignity? Have you no self-respect? Are you in charge or is it your dick? I know you want to fuck, but my God, she is here with someone. Can you at least respect that? Because do you want to be in that same situation? Do you want to be taking a lady out and trying to get her note and me coming up there? Like, hey, well, what's your name? Yeah, you're with him. Hey, fuck him. What about me? Want to get to know me better? Look at my nice things. Wow. Maybe I can talk you up so I can take you home and fuck you. Like, it's truly disgusting. Boundaries, respect, dignity, purity of all things. What am I talking about? In this day and age, purity in this day and age, ladies and gentlemen, is gone. That bird has flown away. The butterfly we captured, the wings are broken, it's shot. The butterfly was pure, but no longer. I wish to talk about. I uninstalled Instagram today. The reels, the algorithm. It was like two chicks, two whores, and this was just a buildup. It was so bad. It's like the shy, nerdy guy or giving and it was something with like clothes on the floor, and then it's like we fucked him. We fucked the shy, nerdy guy. He had a huge dick. I assume this is what they were going for, and that was it. That was it. Instagram is full of so many whores who have not had a male, no father, no male figure in their life. Like to love them, to hug them. This is what it is. Damaged women, whoring about. Ooh, clicking my thing. Ooh, sweaty things. Oh, don't miss your eyes. Ooh, look at my ass. Look at my ass. Look at my tits. Ooh, I'm 5'2", petite girl. People have no idea when they realize how big my boom tits are. Whoa. Like, fuck you. Look, I have a dick. I like what I see. But at the same time, I don't. There's something nice about not having just a stream of sexualization. It's too much, even for me. Even for me. Because I know what it is. They know what it is. Probably not all of them. Some of them are probably just too fucking. I'm actually wearing this for myself, and like, not you. You're a retard. If I go out, if I was in a relationship, and I went out dressed in a suit, very nice. I'm gonna offer some drinks. I would hope my partner would be like, "Why are you going out in a suit to get some drinks?" That's a fair question. I'm trying to impress the women when I wear a suit. Absolutely. It's for me. Like, no, it's not. You want the attention. And it's fine. It's fine if you do. It's like, or even if I was in a relationship, it's like, I want to wear these slutty clothes for you when we go out. No. How about you? Because it's not for me and it's not for you. When you go out, oh, I want to dress like a whore when you go out for you. No, you don't. It's modesty, ladies and gentlemen. It's me growing up, I had a really big falling out with religion. I was super atheist. I was anti-theist to a point. Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, Daniel Dennett, the Four Horsemen of Atheism. I was into it. Yeah, like, the banana was made by God. Look at you peel it, like the Christian guy was talking about. I was in it when I was young, and here I am. Um, every day that goes by, I see the bigger and bigger value in aspects of religious teachings, spirituality. Um, like modesty is one of those things. It's like, wow, it's actually nice. Like, wow, you're wearing the tightest spandex, and your ass cheeks are literally eating. You like it's You see it. You know what I'm talking about. Tits are popping out. It's like, okay, but there's something nice about a dress. A bit more refined, a bit more reserved. Because by the way, you can look hot, but that's a dime. There's nowadays with all the filters, there's so many air quote hot chicks out there and hot dudes. Boring. My ex, she was an 8 or 9. Physical for me anyway. That's what everything taken into account. But it wasn't her physical. It wasn't the physicality of her. It helped. Of course, I had to find you attractive. It was her life, like the ill-fated usher. Her family's name was benighted, cursed. Of all things, I could deeply relate. Deeply tragic, deeply human, deeply flawed, confused. That, the humanity of it all, I could relate to that. The human condition of it all. That's what I really loved about it. Oh, but she's hot. She's fucking hot, bro. Like, yeah, there's a lot of hot chicks out there, but there's a college town. There, you know, you can find chicks on Instagram who are like 16, 17, under the legal age for a lot of people, and they're whores. Like, look, if you're 16, you hit puberty, you're sexually mature, and this is a purely biological lens and context of it all. What are you like in that aspect? Like, if you're 22, you can't really compete so much on that component because they're young. They're just younger than you. They got more youthful vitality in them, and that's just one side of it. So it's like you're leveraging your looks all the time, but can you develop a good personality? Like, I don't know. It's so fucked. I find it deeply fucked. The world that I live in right now. There's nice things about it. Don't get me wrong, but some good things. And isn't the holidays about having a good time with your family and not having to worry about the Instagram whores ruining everything? Because that's not good. And if fellas, delete the Instagram. If you're kind of like, delete it. If especially if you want to get married, there's nothing more disgusting. Because if you're dating a lady and you're on Instagram, like, oh, well, you're on Instagram, and like, I don't know, they don't feel good about it. Because, like, a lot of women in their head, it's like, man, I can't compete with these chicks on Instagram. Like, he's just liking these big booty bitches. Do yourself, just get rid of it. I just should take a nail gun to my phone and destroy this thing. If I had more money, if I was more well off, I would just fuck off. Disconnect. What Ari Shafir, just disconnect, go to a random part of the world and just go off the grid. No phone, just kind of walk about, talk to people. You know, that's nice. That's This digital age we're constructing is truly horrific, very disgusting, and the contrast is just even starker this time of year. It's supposed to be family, love, gift giving, selflessness. Being selfish, whatever. Fuck, you know what I mean. You're not being a self-centered asshole this time of year. You want to give to others. I don't want to. Don't give me anything. What do you need? I want to give you something. That's it. I want to make my life in service for you. not what I can. Look, I want a braided rope with you. I'm a simple man. You suck my dick and you make me feel needed. I'm good. I'm pretty good. The oh, wonder how that it's not gonna fix anything. Truly, like there's something within. It's the human condition. We never satisfied. You know. Ah, and this is a complete tangent, but talk about the gym and things like that. The gym I go to, you know, I request my MP3 player broke, or it's like kind of broken. The aux cord, the jack, it's kind of fucked up. So like, if it kind of moves around, I like it just loses it, and I don't get any audio out of it, and it gets really weird. But if I have it to the side, it still works. So I have it in my car still, and it's fine. And by the way, this was a Sony Walkman, one of their digital ones, kind of pricey, and they don't even repair the thing. I was like, you disgusting people. Why I fixed the fucking thing. Now it's a glorified paperweight in a certain sense. So I haven't really listened to music in the gym for a while now, but occasionally I make song requests. And the 23rd, I believe it was a Friday, I was there, and it was Christmas music being played at the gym, but not your traditional. It was like hip hop Christmas music. It was horrible, fucking horrible. Like auto tuned, like cover of like old Christmas songs. I was like, truly, this is the caliber of some of the people. Truly, they need to be just exiled for their horrible taste. It's like I made it through like 70% of my workout, and the song I was like I lost. I couldn't do it anymore. So like I'm done. Please just change it. And she was like, "Is it appropriate? The song that you want, so Dream Theater. Play some Dream Theater. Is it appropriate? I was offended. Like, excuse me. I come in here for when I want to train, when I want to take my mind off the day, sharpen myself. I open the door and there's a fucking nightclub in here. The music that you're playing is literally, I would hear this in a club. They don't listen to the music. They're mongoloids. These people, they're little inept mongoloids who they have no perception of things. They just hear noises like, oh, it's a noise. It's background music. The lyrics, money, whores, drugs, violence, sleeping around, disposable people. Is Dream Theater appropriate? You dumb bitch. Appropriate? Do you listen? Do you look at the lyrics of the top songs? They're horrible. For me, maybe I'm a fucking prune, a old fart, but I don't like it. I think it's vapid, lacks creative depth, and a lot of these and one day they were just doing like they sang one of them. This person had the adapt like part of it's like, oh, you sampled Land Down Under. It was a sample of that song. There was a rap song, and part of me was like, oh, that's a fun song. Men at Work, Land Down Under. I think that's who it was. Fun song. I love Australia. It's a cool place. Wouldn't mind going there. I was like, wow, you're a hack. Like most of these people, they don't make their own music. It's all produced for them. You're just a face. And this is what these people, little Xan, like that, like these people, they come and they go. They evaporate, and they're gone. Is it appropriate? Oh man, triggering. And that's actually one of the few things that actually gets me is like when it comes to music, because music has so much relevance to me in my life. It's my escape in a lot of ways. I love to sing, As you know, thus spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche. One of the beginning passages in that book, he mentions as he's this man Zarathustra is descending down a mountain. He runs with into a hermit who lives in the forest, and he was like the guy's like whistling and singing, and he was like, I was like, well, why are you singing this? He was like, I sing to bring my God joy, and it brings me joy. Something in that sense. And he's like, my God, I have to leave you be. I wished not to disturb this peaceful and this beautiful, that's yes. Like that's music has this quality to it. I don't know what it is. It moves it. I can cry to music. I've done drugs and I listen like Pink Floyd and it's like I feel this man talking to me with his fucking guitar. I understand. I understand this music. It's amazing. And then when I go to the gym, and most of the time I deal with it. It's like whatever. But it's like appropriate. Appropriate. You fucking idiot. Ooh. I wish you the best. I wish you a happy long life. Because that's, and some of these people that I run into, the best for them is you marry a guy who's like, he's a salesman, you know, and you become, you're really self entitled. You drive either a pickup truck or one of these Jeeps. Because if there's these people around here, some of the people, these ladies as well, if they could drive tanks down the street, they would because they would just run you. They want to run you over. You're at four-way intersections. Like some of these people are so like, I have a truck. I'm going. I don't give a fuck who's truck. I have a truck, and I used to be hot. This is literally how some of these people operate. There's so many times where I was like, oh, it's clearly my turn to go. But since they have a truck, they just kind of drive past the stop sign because I have a truck. No matter, I have the right of way because I have this big vehicle. And then you're trying to turn right and you're looking left, and this fucking F-150 motherfucker pulls up next to you and just like keeps creeping forward. It's like, dude, I'm trying to see if there's a car coming, and I can't see past your fucking truck. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. And by the way, if you have a truck, you're a faggot. And I'm probably going to end up getting a truck because the towing capacity is very useful. And when I want to go to another state, when I have a change in my career, have a bit better job, physically, I'll get myself like a truck or something that has better towing capacity. And when I do, I will become a faggot. 100%. This is one of the things. And this is the holidays. For fucking Santa Claus, for fuck's sakes. I'm over fucking these fucking animals out there. They need to be fucking exiled to some godforsaken small island in the fucking South Pacific. Let them deal with fucking sharks and some tropical birds to me live out there. I don't give a fuck. Or send me over there. Send me to this. Exile me. I will be, whatever. I'll get exiled. Live on a fucking island, get eaten by a shark. Well, that's a way. It's a life. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's get rid of this stuff, man. Truly, and the goal is find someone, make something beautiful, live up to the ideal. Realize if you're not happy, communicate. Discuss why you're unhappy. Find ways to mend the situation, ideally. Especially if you have kids involved. If you have kids involved, that's ideally you want to try to fix things. You got to have grit and you got to have resolve. You got to be steadfast. You got to be a vanguard in a sense. If all else fails, don't cheat. Just call it off. But even then, it's all. That's kind of like ugh. Like, yeah, this isn't like I'm not feeling this anymore. Like, I don't want to see you anymore. And the next day, they're fucking someone else. It's like, wow. It does, and it should. And it's hard. It's hard not to take it personally. Truly, it is. It's extremely hard. But that's the best. I don't take it personally. I probably got cheated on. I never. It never came to light to me. No, but it's life. It's hard. It's hard. It's messy. But you're better off finding someone. You're better off making love happen, having a companion, someone to laugh and to cry with, to grow old with. What are you gonna do? I don't know. That's all I got. That's up to this point in this moment in time. That's the best that I've got. That's the best I've come up with. Art is up there. Um, Work, career, um, the money. I don't get it. Um, I don't get it. Eh, I don't. Yeah, it's a means to an end. It's like, ooh, look, know, I don't know. It's weird life. Yeah. I hope everyone had a good holidays. That's kind of it. You know, yeah. Continue on to continue until next time, the other holiday season, and you know, chase the discomfort, chase the stress. Um, have a life worth living for yourself. Find the beauty, find the magic, find the wonder, find the purity, the dignity in life. Don't succumb to these fucking damaged people all around you. It's like everyone's interchangeable. Nothing's actually sacred. I I hated myself because my father never loved me. I had a rough child, and I was hurt sexually by my father. So what did I do? I fucked and I fucked until sex no longer had any value to me. This is what some people do as a coping mechanism, or they just eat a lot of food and they try to make themselves disgusting as well. This is another thing. People we're messy things, you know. Yeah, yeah. Because I met a guy at the gym. He like 70 chicks. He wanted to get married. That didn't work out. Shocker. It didn't work out. I do therapy. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? It's not. It's, oh, but it's a number. I can associate a number to vaginas or dicks. Makes sense. It's quantifiable. But alas, as life, the quantifiable things are there, but it never really scratches deep deep within. It never calms it down. It never fills the hole. And so we wander with glazed eyes through the streets, looking for warmth, for some vacancy, like a moth to a flame, trying to find our Eden, our paradise. It don't come. Even for me, like I would like to get in a relationship with this and that. It's even like, oh wow, it's happening. Yes, I'm back at it. Ooh, exciting. And thus it subsides, and I'm like, man, this. And I'll look back when I in these times, like, man, this kind of was really nice being single and just like coming home from work or from the gym and just maybe getting a little high and just singing, just fucking singing and losing myself to the music. And then just in that moment, like, ooh, that's nice. But it changes. It's death. It comes and it goes. Um, yeah, that's it. The holidays, guys. Hope you have a good holidays, good New Year's. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, truly, may the gifts from heaven rain upon you like endless manna, or not. whatever. Yeah, that's kind of it. Keep safe. Take care of yourselves. All the best.